When you open R for the first time, you will see the R console, and the R console is a calculator that will do all the calculations for you. You can enter separate commands here, such as 1 plus 1. And if you then press enter, you will see that the R console has calculated for you that 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Well, if you're going to calculate statistical test values with R later on in this course, then you can imagine that it's inconvenient if you keep running separate commands. Especially if you have made a mistake halfway through or at the beginning, you will have to rerun all the separate commands in the console to be able to calculate the statistical test values. It's more convenient to make a list with all the commands that R should run one after the other. We call such a list an R script. To open a new R script, go to the menu File, and then go to New Document or New Script, and a new screen will open, and that's what we call the script. And in this script, each line is a new command. So for example, we can now enter x equals 5, y equals x plus 1, and z equals y divided by 2. Well, in order for these commands to be ran by the R console, we must first select all the lines, and thus all the commands, and then we click Control Enter on a Mac, and on a Windows we click Control R. And now we can go back to the console. And we can see the commands that we have just let the console run, written in color, and we can look up the values of the variables by typing the names of the variables. So for example, if you type x, you will see that x equals 5. And the same thing can be done for y equals 6, and z equals 3. But suppose now that we have made a mistake, and that x shouldn't have been 5, but should have been 6. If we hadn't had a script to calculate the value of z, we would have to enter x is 6 again, then enter y equals x plus 1 again, and finally we would have to enter z is equal to y divided by 2 in order to get the value of z. However, now we have this very useful script that we just made, so we can just go back to that script, and in the script we can easily change the value from 5 to 6, so x equals 6. We select all the lines again and click Control Enter on a Mac and Control R on Windows. And then if we go back to the console, then we can see that all the commands that we have ran are written in color again. And if we then request the values of the variables, we can see that x equals 6, y equals 7, and z is equal to 3.5. The last thing that you need to know is that you can also save the script for later use or to change it to it. And you can do this by going to the menu File, and then clicking on Save As.